Hi, Fiends. Thanks for joining me on DonnaJean's Coffee House of Horror. I am really excited about my guests today. The very first interview that I ever did when DonnaJean's Coffee House of Horror and Nerdbox were all a part of what we called Women in Horror at that time. And then we moved on to some other things. And the very first indie interview we ever did was with Slasher 15 talking about Bloody Summer Camp. Any Bloody Summer Camp fans here? Well, as you can see, I am. Can't trust fall shirt. And I'm so excited because Dave Kerr, the man behind all of that, the writer, the producer, the man that pulls together all of the little pieces and make them work, and Michael McGlynn, the actor and all around kind of a interesting, fun, and beautiful human being, are both with me today to talk about Bloody Summer Camp 2, Red Horizon. Join us.
Camp Trust Fall is being reopened this year under new ownership. The youth summer camp will open under its new name, Camp Red Horizon. This will be the first time the camp has opened its doors since its closure 8 years ago. We'll see you at camp.
Hey guys.
Hi, Donna.
Never a dull moment with you, Michael. I
like it.
texting with Felissa yesterday and talking about some other things. And I told her we were doing this little interview, and she just said, all capital letters, hearts, kisses. I'm so excited. And I am also so excited. Start with you, Dave. Can you reveal any details about the story? Is it a continuation of where we left off? Is it something new?
It takes place 8 years later. So we originally when we were trying to figure out where we wanted to go with the sequel, because there were so many different ideas that I had as far as what a continuation would be, if it would be a direct sequel, or if it would be kind of like something that kind of took a side step to like kind of maybe something different. One of the ideas that was probably the most favorite was that we went from the 80s to the 90s. And so the idea that we ended up settling on is that this film takes place in 1994. Oh. So we're doing a 90s film this time. And the story is that after the events of the first film, after all the murders at Camp Trust Fall, the camp was shut down and has been shut down for 8 years. And in 1994, a new camp owner, because Bob had to sell the camp, a new owner opens the camp under a new name, which is Camp Red Horizon. And so where the first film took place on the first day of camp, well, not the first day, but the first week before camp even starts, this new film takes place on the last day of camp. The first opening scenes from the camp is the counselors putting the kids on the bus and sending them home for the year. They've made it through the entire year. They had a great first year, but as they're closing the camp up and as they're getting things ready for the off season, that's when things start to take a turn, and that's when counselors start going missing. Felissa Rose returns as Miss Crowell. She's been hired as the camp director for Camp Red Horizon. And when counselors start going missing, while everyone else assumes that they're just leaving early, Miss Crowell is convinced that there's something else going on. She's determined to prevent another camp holiday trail. So she is on the case of trying to figure out what is going on.
That is fantastic. It was actually going to be one of the things I was going to ask you, if Felissa was in fact coming back as Miss Crowell. And surely she's gotten even more mild-tempered than she was. Um, but that kind of leads me, Michael, to be asking you: Are you going to be bringing Roger back, or are you taking on a new persona of somebody else?
In this one, I will be playing a new character. I will actually be playing because Rick Germain's character is now the new sheriff, who was the
Right.
deputy in the original. Uh, he gets himself a new deputy, and uh, I'll be playing his deputy. And well, without giving too much away, I think Rick's gonna have a lot on his hands to deal
I
with.
suspect as much. That sounds like there could be a lot of fun in that interplay. The character with Dave Sheridan, I don't know how you guys kept straight faces, really. I mean, you had to be re-recording so many times, and either that, or I mean, you're all the amazing, wonderful, great actors that you are. But that's I think going to be fun, a fun role.
Well, we always like to tap into that Abbott and Costello type thing. That's, I mean, any kind of buddy comedy, any kind of film, there's always the straight man. There's always the one that's kind of dim-witted. With Bloody Summer Camp, you had Miss Crowell, you had Roger, and then you also had Sadoa, and you had Sheridan as the sheriff. So with this, since we don't have Sheridan back as the sheriff, we wanted to at least have still have that kind of dynamic where you have Sadoa as the sheriff now. So we wanted to have someone who's kind of dim-witted as the deputy, kind of like a Barney Fife type thing. So we always like to tap into that because that's the funnest kind of scenario to go into, and we had a lot of fun with it.
I'm really looking forward to it. So, could you introduce us to some of the new actors that you got on board?
Yeah, it's a lot of new people. There's a couple. Let me first off by stating the people who are returning. We got Mike returning, unfortunately. He's coming back as an all new character. Deputy Dooley, which is currently his name, that can change. It's changed in the past. It's always kind of like put that out there that's not necessarily what it's going to end up, but that's currently what his name is. And then we've got Spartacus. He's Spartacus Taylor. He's coming back as Cornelius. We really enjoyed working with him. I've worked with Spartacus. He's probably the longest running actor that I've worked with. And I love Spartacus. I love bringing him back. So we're excited to bring him back. He's coming back as Cornelius. Felicity's coming back as Miss Crowell. We usually don't announce celebrities before we do the crowdfunders because of the fact that we want to make sure that we afford the important things before we start indulging. But I felt like Felicity was the important thing. With Bloody Summer Camp, don't get me wrong, I love Sheridan, and it's not out of the question that we're going to bring him back. We want to, but it's no guarantee right now. We have not talked to Sheridan. But, it's all going to depend on budget and whether he's willing to come back, whether he can make it back. So we haven't even explored that yet. But we felt like with Bloody Summer Camp, we felt like Felicity was kind of essential. Right. Like we needed to bring her back. And then we also brought back Rick Germain as Deputy Sadoa. And one other person we brought back was Zach Thaler. We love Zach, and his character died in the original, but kind of like with Mike's character, we wanted to bring him back. I've always wanted to work with Zach in a different way than we've worked with him before. Zach is really funny. A lot of times he doesn't play the funny character, but he's hilarious, and we want to tap into that. And we felt like Bloody Summer Camp 2, it was the right dynamic of a film to be able to go into kind of a goofy area with his character. I don't want to give that's a pig, just like that.
Yeah. No one's being slaughtered. It is a pig.
I don't want to give anything away with his character, but it's just something that we've always wanted to do with him. and we felt like Play Some Camp was the best chance that we had. So outside of that, we've got a lot of new cast members coming. We have Chloe Rodgers is playing Casey. She's actually local. She's in Charlottesville, which is where we're filming. We have Will DeVokes. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's playing Derek. We have Lewis Altman, who is playing Brandon. Rachel Evangelist is playing Skylar. She's from North Carolina. Will DeVokes is from Delaware. Andrew Wanchula. I've never said these names before because I haven't met them yet. But he's playing Tommy. We got an amazing cast. We've got Haritha, I believe is her name. She's from Virginia too. She's playing Sam. So we got an amazing cast. I went through hundreds of auditions, and these people, they blew me away. They really did. Their auditions were awesome, and I cannot wait to work. I love working with new people that are undiscovered as far as the indie horror. Not saying these people haven't done projects before, but as far as our realm, they're people that I've never heard of before, but they're amazing, and I can't wait to introduce them to you.
And we actually do have one Slasher 15 alumni coming back. Not a Bloody Summer Camp alumni, but Jerome Korean, the one who was our Red Mask. He is actually a return. He's coming on board for Bloody Summer Camp too as well. We love Jerome to death. He's always great. He is he's fun. He's professional. He always brings an A game every time he comes, and we're always excited to work with him.
When you work with people regular from what limited I've seen, you definitely merge, kind of like you become a big family reunion when you get together. So it's kind of cool adding to the family and seeing where that goes.
Yeah, we love adding new people and just working with new people and new talent and bringing new people in. I love working with people that I've worked with before. I mean, they're reliable, they're amazing. Usually we become a lot of really good friends with them. But I'm always excited when I bring new people in and get to work with new talent.
It was interesting following you on Facebook when you were saying, like, hey, please don't harass me if I've seen your interview yet. I have so many to watch. I'm going to watch all of them at least once, probably more times. And like you were just trying to let everyone know, I will see you. I will see you. And it was actually kind of cool to see that process from the perspective of somebody who's only involved as a fan, So like, if you had to throw out a number, how many would you say you looked at?
Over 400. Yeah. The character of Skylar alone had 100 auditions, and then Casey was like second on that one. And the reason I say that is it doesn't matter how many times I do auditions. I get the people that are like they think that I didn't watch it. Like I've gotten people like, I've been watching the counter on YouTube and you never watched my videos. I'm sorry that counter does not tell you the truth, but I've seen every single audition. I guarantee you that. Yeah. I watch them and then I'll go back and watch them again. I guarantee you I've seen at least every one at least twice, because I'll go back and watch it.
If you didn't see it, it's because you weren't sent it. It didn't get to you.
Yeah, well, they watch it too. It's not like there's a zero there. They'll watch it a couple times, but then they'll be like, "Well, I watched it twice. It only says 2 views." I don't know if it didn't count yours or what. I don't know how that works, but I guarantee you, I saw it. I can tell you what you did in your audition. Like I know these auditions. I do, and the reason I watched them is I learned a while ago that even if I see someone, I'm like, that does not match what I'm looking for. That doesn't matter, because I've seen auditions, for one, where they've actually changed my mind, where I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. And then I'm watching like, hold on, that's what I'm looking for. I didn't know it, like with All Too Strange Night, which is our next project, originally the character Marshall was supposed to be a guy, and we cast Spencer Martinez as Marshall because watching her audition, I realized, hold on, wait a minute, this is where I want to go. This isn't where I expect to go, but this is where I want to go. And then there are other times where I'll see someone's audition and they don't fit the part that they auditioned for, but I realize that they're perfect for a different part. So I'll watch any audition. I'll watch all auditions at least once, usually a couple times, you know,
Right.
just because, you know, I don't know necessarily, just because I think I know what I'm looking for. That's not always the case. So, but I always want to tell people, because they think, so many people, they do auditions, especially, sadly, it's the ones that are less experienced. It's the ones that don't submit auditions all the time that feel like they got, you know, shorthanded. Usually the ones that have done auditions, they just do the audition and they move on. And then they're like, if I get cast, I get cast, you know, but they move on to the next one. It's the ones that don't do auditions too much that really kind of hold like a grudge and feel like they, you know, like they got, you know, and I'm like, I assure you that you got just as much of a chance as anyone else. I can't help if you don't fit what I'm looking for, or, you know, anything like that, but I can assure you that you got just as much of a chance as anyone else to audition.
Do you have any special effects you'd like to talk about that you're really excited for people to see? Anything planned?
It's a team effort when it comes to the effects, because I kind of come up with them, and then Amber kind of taps into it, or Amber, it's like, I'll tell you this, the first death in Bloody Summer Camp 2, I wrote it, and then I gave it to Amber, and then she read it, and she's like, okay. And like a day later, she came back. She's like, just to let you know, we're not doing that for the first one because that's boring. And then she walked away. I'm like, that's the dynamic that we have. Is like, if I'll write the deaths, and she'll be like, that's boring. We're not doing that. And I'm like, the fuck? I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what we're
it is, so it will not be boring.
It's not what I wrote. But we have some really, really cool deaths. I will say this, that I always like challenging Amber. And one thing we don't like is we don't like repetition. We don't like just someone getting stabbed with a machete over and over, you know, like, it's like, okay, how's this person going to die? I'm running out of ideas at this point, because we always try to come up with new creative deaths, but we have some that I'm really proud of, that I can't wait to see how Amber does it, because we've gotten some new creative ways that we haven't done yet, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Practical effects wise, it's going to be really interesting to see. I'm always terrified of them, because that's the worst days on set, because usually it's a one and done type thing. It's like, if this works, it's going to be phenomenal. If it doesn't, this is going to be horrifying, because I don't know what the fuck we're going to do if it doesn't work. It's a whole nother day if this does not work. But the deaths, there's quite a bit of, we're trying to match the body count of the first one, and I think it's there, and we're trying to be more creative with the deaths, so I'm excited.
That you know of.
I mean, he was going to throw one for a loophole too. Know. He's not going to kill me this time. Right, Dave? Dave?
Since the Indiegogo has started for Red Horizon, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so the new Indiegogo, we have a lot of cool perks that we're introducing. Some of them are return perks of fan favorites, like you can have your picture in the film, you can have your name as one of the characters in the film. We actually brought back the cast sign or, which is that was a big favorite. A lot of people loved it. It's signed by the entire cast, however many celebrities. You know, right now we have Felissa, There may be more. We can't say. We don't know until the budget. But right now it's Felissa, and it's the entire cast signed oar. So it's a wooden oar, and then we also have a camp sign, which is the Camp Red Horizon sign. It's a wooden sign, and that's gonna be signed by the entire cast as well. We have a couple of the Devil Face screen used masks available. These sold out last time as well. They're very popular. Like I said, they're handmade Italian leather masks, and they're screen worn. And then and they're also aged. Amber, does unlike the original that were kind of just the way they were out of the box. These Amber kind of does a little bit to them to kind of give them a little bit more of a different look because it's been 8 years. And we also have Camp Red Horizon counselor T-shirts available. We have Blu-rays, DVDs, special thanks, producer perks. One thing that we're doing different with the producer perks is we have a perk where you can have a single screen producer perk. Like if you want to be executive producer and you would like your name to be just the solo name on the screen, we have 3 of those. We're only doing 3, where it will say executive producer and it'll say your name alone. All the other executive producers and associate producers, they come in a list. It'll say executive producers, and it'll list like 6 names. But we have 3 solo screen names available. And also, one thing we're doing with the producer perks is we're going to list you in the film in the order that you bought your producer perk. So if you're the first person to buy an executive producer perk, you're the first name to pop up. If you're the second person, you're the second name. So then that's how we're going to do from the beginning of the crowdfunders to the end. The first name to the last name is going to be the order in which you buy. So it's definitely a benefit to buy your producer perk early, so your name can be one of the first names on the executive producers. Well, we have some perk packs, where we have combined deals. We can get T-shirts, DVDs, and or Blu-rays and posters in a combined perk pack. We have 3 different ones. There's the camper perk pack, I think the survivor perk pack, and the killer perk pack. Each one of those different levels becomes more stuff. We have cast on 11x17s. They are always a fan favorite. People love them, and they always sell out. They start out cheap, and as the celebrities get added to the film, they get more and more expensive. Mm-hmm. It's always best to buy those first out of the gate. So
those are great for me because they're kind of a win-win. And are you planning on?
People love them.
I know that you had in the past gone to like some conventions and had a table set up and had like the DVDs and stuff available. And I know at this point you're not even at a point of filming yet. But are you thinking that you're going to continue that in 2024 at all?
Maybe. If so, it's going to be limited. It's just we originally started out trying to do as many cons as possible. And like I think one year we hit 6 to 8 cons in 1 year. But then it was like after 2020, we just kind of hit a slump where we were actually starting to lose money at every convention we went to. And so it became a thing where I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not. It's too much to book a hotel and to go down and do these conventions, and then to lose money on top of that. We want to go and promote, but if the tables are and the hotel are so expensive that we're not recouping. If we at least broke even, it would be worth it just to promote. But we go down there, we can't sell any physical perks because everyone's like, "Oh, is it streaming? Is it streaming?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not at least making our money back, then it becomes not really worth it.
With the Indiegogo and that bringing the money in, when you talk about Dave Sheridan, and I'm sure that people watching this know, it's how much money you can bring in kind of tells you what you can afford of what celebrity to invite in. So just kind of throw that out there. If anybody wants Dave Sheridan or anybody else in there, buy stuff.
And like I said, there's no guarantee that it would be Dave Sheridan. We would love to get him back. But yeah, if we reach a certain amount, there we'll have a stretch goal where we will bring in another celebrity. We might have multiple, and we'll definitely bring in more people. And Dave Sheridan is obviously someone we'd love to have back. We love working with him, but like I said, the fact that I haven't talked to him, I can't say whether or not it's even possible. But we would love to have him back. But yeah, the more money we raise, the more likely we would bring in another celebrity. Obviously, in our mind, we automatically have we want more than just Felicity in the film. We want to bring in one or two other celebrity names, but obviously that's going to be dictated by the budget. If we reach our goal, and then we hit some stretch goals, and we can bring in some celebrities, it's going to be amazing. But time will tell.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of what this wise man once told me. If you give me $5,000, I'll give you a $5,000 film. If you give me $15,000, I'll give you a $15,000 film, and so on and so on. And this man right here is actually the man that said it, and it actually follows through every time. And if you just look at his track record, I think it speaks for itself. Every time we seem to have gotten, we've been graceful for getting better funding these last few films, for every film to one to the next. And I like to really believe that when you see each one of those films, you'll see that we have been really trying hard to do better than the last.
Yeah, I've been working with Slash Nurse. That's our highest grossing film as far as raising money. We've reached about $70,000 for that one. That's before Indiegogo fees and everything. It's actually a little over $60,000, but still, that's the most we've raised for a film, and that's the one that so far I'm proud of it even before it comes out, because I've seen the footage and I see where the money went. I see the difference between that and the previous films, because we had the money, and and what we were able to do with that film is so much more than what we were expecting. Money has everything to do with it. When we reach our goal, that's not the most that we can do. If we reach our goal, then that's a certain amount of a film. You want a better film, the more money we raise, the better film you're going to get. So by purchasing your copy of the film early, your money is going into making the film that you just bought better. If you wait till after the film's done and buy it, then the film's already done. But if you buy it beforehand, then your money is actually going to make the film better.
That puts it so perfectly. I have I've got a bunch of Bloody Summer Camp stuff. I've got my Go Away sweatshirt and my Blu-rays and DVDs of both. And as you make a film and you see not only the time, the effort, the quality, the people that you have in it, that makes it more exciting when you do see that you're doing another one, because we see that not only that quality, but the growth on it, and where you're all going with it and making it better. So I think what you said is so perfect and so ideal. Like, yeah, buy early, buy before it starts filming.
I'm always hopeful, and I mean, there's no guarantee with crowdfunding. There's never a guarantee, but I'm always hopeful that with crowdfunding we do better than the previous film, just because that's our goal. Our goal is always to make the next film better than the previous one. And one of the biggest things that allows us to do that is budget. I feel like Slash Nurse is going to be way better than Go Away. I felt like Go Away was better than Bloody Summer Camp. And it's all because of not only experience, but budget. We had a bigger budget for Go Away than we had for Bloody Summer Camp. We had a bigger budget for Slash Nurse than we had for Go Away. But we're prepared for anything, but I'm always hopeful that the budget for Bloody Summer Camp 2 is better than the budget for Slash Nurse. I will tell you this, I will guarantee you this. If we have a better budget for Bloody Summer Camp 2 than we do Slash Nurse, you're going to really enjoy Bloody Summer Camp 2. If we have that kind of budget for Bloody Summer Camp 2, you're really going to enjoy that film, because we are going to put everything we have into making that the best film we've ever made. So
that is just really, how can you ask for anything more? Do you have any thoughts here? I mean, it just in the progress of the Indiegogo, any thoughts about a schedule about filming, a schedule about when the movie might be
Yeah.
premiering?
So estimated right now we're actually going to be working with 2 different camps for Blade Summer Camp 2, just because we're definitely going back to Camp Holiday Trails, but with the schedule, because they got a lot of activities and stuff, we're using another camp for scenes as well. We've been working with both of them. It looks like the filming schedule is going to be September, October for Blade Summer Camp 2. And I would imagine that, kind of like with Slash Nurse, I'm shooting for an October premiere for Blade Summer Camp 2. So if we get done with that in the fall of this year, hopefully we'll have a premiere around October, and hopefully not long after that, people will get their perks by the end of the year. So 2025. Yeah, if we film at the end of 2024, near the end of 2025, right, hopefully people will be getting their DVDs and Blu-rays.
That all sounds like a plan. It sounds like a plan. Well, we are almost we are 4 minutes away from our time goal here. So, is there anything else that the two of you might want to share in 4 minutes?
Just to let people know that we're currently editing Slash Nurse. Just to let everyone know, everyone has gotten their perks for Go Away. We fulfilled every single perk for Go Away.
I have, yep.
Yeah, Slash Nurse, we're working on that now. I'm in post-production. I'm over 20 minutes into editing that. I'm hoping to be done with that by the end of March. And then it'll go to the composer, Frank Dormani is the composer, and then to Owen and Ed, who are this color grade and sound. And yeah, we're hoping to have that done by October. So hopefully by the time we start filming Blade Summer Camp 2, we will be wrapping up the post-production of Slash Nurse. So just letting everyone know, we are on track. As we do one film, we're fulfilling the other film. There's one of the biggest, most important things to us is fulfilling perks. If you purchase something through our crowdfunder, you're damn sure gonna get it. Mistakes do happen, but anytime we do have any kind of mistakes or oversight, we always aim to, we always correct it and make sure that the people are happy. So, you're safe to contribute to us, and you're definitely gonna get what you paid for. And like I said, Slash Nurse, we finish a project just as soon as we start a new project. So it's we definitely, we are proud of keeping up with that, and that's something we'll continue to do. So
I will stand by that. Everything, anything I ever contributed to the perks with Slasher 15, I've always gotten what I've ordered and been absolutely delighted with them. So, although I am waiting to put on one of those pink caps to be available, like one of the knit caps. I need to get a pink knit cap.
Yeah, and if anyone ever has a question about their perk, all you gotta do is send an email, and I'll respond to all questions, and we're really transparent. So.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over that hair.
I know. I told him to brush it before he got on, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Are you trying out for the next Slasher Nurse, like with the hair?
Actually, funny enough, that's kind of what this wig is. It's actually a gift because me and Jamie actually bought a female mannequin, and we bought one of the Slash Nurse uniforms so we can make a life-size Slash Nurse statue to go with our devil face. And this is actually the wig that we're going to put on her.
That is so great. It is always an honor and a delight to have you here. I love you guys. Give Amber and Jamie big hugs from me, and the pig too. And I can't wait to see what you've got coming up next.
We're excited.
Yeah, and thank you, Don, for having us, and not only that, for also hosting us for the original Blaze Summer Camp. It's so great to be back here, and like you said, it feels like full circle, like that we're back here doing this again.
Yeah.
It really does, and I'll look forward to doing it next time. If it's not Bloody Summer Camp 3, we'll do whatever you have to put up next.
Bloody Summer Camp 3, The Rise of Roger.
Never.
Okay, you guys out there, keep your eyes out. Indiegogo. Bloody Summer Camp 2, Red Horizon, Slasher 15. And we'll see you there.